This week at the United Nations, history is being made in ways that could reshape global diplomacy, and not everyone agrees on how it should unfold. President Donald Trump is set to deliver a high-stakes speech at the UN General Assembly in New York City, addressing a world grappling with crises from Ukraine to Gaza. But here's where it gets controversial. While Trump claims his administration has brokered multiple ceasefires, critics argue these efforts often overlook the complexities of the conflicts they aim to resolve. Let's break down what's at stake and why this moment could spark heated debates worldwide. A global stage for Trump's vision. On Tuesday, at 9:50 a.m., Trump will take the podium in New York, joined by dozens of world leaders, including both allies and adversaries like Iran's president. His speech, he promises, will tackle the good and the bad of global affairs, focusing on Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the Israel-Hamas war, which he has labeled a disaster. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt hinted the president will also highlight his administration's achievements, including ceasefire deals. Yet, as Trump prepares to speak, the U.S. is distancing itself from the very institutions he claims to strengthen. The U.S. has withdrawn from the UN Human Rights Council and the World Health Organization, while slashing funding for agencies like UNRWA. This raises a provocative question. Can a leader who criticizes global institutions truly lead them toward peace? The Palestinian state debate. A divided world. The recent UN sessions are overshadowed by a seismic diplomatic shift. The U.S. and Israel's condemnation of their allies' push to recognize a Palestinian state. The UK, Canada, and Australia have already done so, with France following suit. Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the effort irrelevant as long as the Israel-Hamas war continues, dismissing it as a vanity project that hinders peace talks. But others, like French President Emmanuel Macron, argue that recognizing a Palestinian state could weaken Hamas's influence, a stance Rubio labeled reckless. And this is the part most people miss. The U.S. is now actively restricting Iranian delegates at the UN, limiting their access to luxury goods and luxury stores, accusing the regime of exploiting global platforms while its people suffer. Will this strategy truly isolate Iran, or just fuel resentment? Security threats and diplomatic tensions. Amid the high-level talks, the Secret Service has disrupted a massive telecom network in New York, allegedly linked to foreign governments and criminal groups. Investigators seized over 100,000 SIM cards, capable of sending 30 million texts per minute, enough to cripple cell towers and block emergency services. This incident raises a chilling question. How secure are our global institutions when shadowy networks lurk beneath the surface? Meanwhile, Polish President Karol Nawrocki may address Russia's drone incursions into Polish airspace, a claim Trump has downplayed as a mistake. Could this incident escalate tensions between NATO and Russia? Or will diplomacy prevail? Trump's new UN ambassador and the Russia-Ukraine stalemate. Mike Waltz, Trump's newly confirmed UN ambassador, faces his first major test at this week's assembly. Waltz replaces Elise Stefanik, whose Senate nomination was revoked to retain her congressional role, a move critics say reflects Trump's prioritization of political control over diplomacy. As for the Ukraine war, Zelensky is in New York seeking support, while Trump insists he could end the conflict with Putin in a day, a claim that strains credibility given the war's brutality. Will Waltz's arrival signal a new strategy, or will Trump's unpredictable style dominate? The UN General Assembly, a forum for peace or power. The UN General Assembly, with its 193 member states, is the world's largest deliberative body. Its resolutions, though often non-binding, shape global agendas on issues like climate change and human rights. This year's sessions mark the 80th anniversary of the UN's founding, yet divisions persist. As nations clash over recognition, security, and strategy, the question remains, can the UN remain a beacon of unity when its members are so deeply divided? And what role should the U.S. play in shaping its future? Your turn to weigh in. Is Trump's approach to global conflicts realistic, or does it oversimplify complex issues? Should the U.S. prioritize alliances with nations pushing for Palestinian statehood, or should it double down on its traditional partnerships? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is a debate that could define the next chapter of international relations.